Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination. So I have something from the TikTok shop, right? So I was at PaulDao's live stream the other night, and he has partnered with Ofra Cosmetics. Like, where's my scissors? I gotta get this package open. Still can't find my other one. But I got my Jeffree Star here and over there with some more makeup. Because if you don't know, PaulDao and Jeffree Star are friends. And he's also friends with Xtina, Zach and Kim, that guy Taylor, Two Fly Gigi, I believe Rich, Lux, that is. And a lot of other good people like Barb, she's cool. I go over to her live streams sometimes. If I feel like, being on TikTok, I'll go over there. Sometimes I do like going over there. You don't need my invoice. This is how it's packaged. Hey, they package this really good. And I'll tell you what, I have some more TikTok shop coming. All that bubble wrap for something small and beautiful. I'm glad it is packaged this way. Extra, look. I'll save the rest for Rob, but anyway. Bubble wrap. We all grew up, or at least some of us did, loving bubble wrap. Let me get this open. And then I'll do something with my face. Okay, now that I got that out of the package, this is a topper. My hands are clean. I made sure of that. I always make sure of that. Before you touch product, make sure you're clean. I'm just chilling in my jammies today, though, because if you know, you know. Oh my gosh. I love that. That way this is like bumpered in there in case something happens. There's enough to where it can move and not get damaged. I love that. So, first thing, I'm just going to show it to you like this in the pan. Let me correct my grammar there. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Y'all. I like a good sparkly moment. It's very classy. I like that. Hold on a minute. Let me do something with this face. So the first thing I will do is put this on. And let me tell you something, with naturally long hair like this, if you know when it's down, it's like booty length. I gotta put you on the charger. Thank goodness my extension cord is the length that it is. So we're gonna get down to this. I do make sure I have one that's long enough, at least 10 feet. So it's long enough to go from that wall behind the sewing table. And need to put on some foundation. I'm gonna do what I did yesterday. That way it's not all oily from the e.l.f. e.l.f. is oily. And that will be horrible on your powders. So I'll show you what I did yesterday. Normally, and I don't usually touch this to my face. I usually just go ahead and let the product come out. Okay, because you're just basically gonna have it right there. And this is the Undead. She's still working on getting this back in stock. This is the Foundation Concealer by Curse Beauty. Their packaging will say Curse Cosmetics for a little while, but it's rebranded, so I'm still having to be careful too. So there is that. But I did also want to show you a little bit of what I did yesterday. to do my makeup. I mean, like, look how light this is. So if you have a foundation that you accidentally got too dark, I mean, obviously I'm not pale. That's obvious. And just a smidge right here. That's a smidge, right? Like, oh my God, that's a lot of makeup. Actually, it isn't. Take your two colors. And I'm not going like this, as you can see. I'm going to stipple my shades together. This side looks better. And just do that. Now, obviously, I have not done my brows first or my eyeshadow. We all do our makeup different. That's how we are as people. And PaulDao, I was joking around with you the other night. Okay, you got to get used to nerdy humor, I guess, like mine. It's very nerdy because people have been talking about things about him that, like, that ain't y'all's business. It ain't your business. And if I want a Jeffree Star mirror, I have them. In fact, I should grab one of those real quick. I have some, like, available. I'm waiting for my new one to get here. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell y'all, like, Christina, always make sure, like, deals drop. And then Mama Jen, she tries to make sure that deals, y'all. She's been with Jeffree since, y'all remember that documentary that Shane Dawson did with Jeffree Star when they came out with the conspiracy palette and the mini controversy? That's the one I should grab today. And have it just right over here. But anyway, I'll be right back. Or should I just use the OG palette? Should I have been dipping into this, I'm not gonna lie. I have been dipping into her. It's very pretty. The thing I'm trying not to do with this palette is have it, you know, do that. It's okay. It's okay. That's why I don't dip into her that often. But she shall rest for a little bit. Mini controversy. I had to move that because I keep it sitting on top of the other ones. And I honestly do not want that to disturb it. So some things in life are disturbing. But I just don't need that to do that. So now over here I have the Jawbreaker palette. I have the Gothic Beach. I have the Gold Blooded palette. Also another one of my favorites from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I have all my eyeshadow singles. What we got in here? Now that's rich. Okay. That's right, I put rich in there. You know, he asked me to show this last year and I did, and people were like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Because you all slept on that. I've known Rich longer than a lot of you, except for like Jeffree's known him longer, but yeah, y'all slept on that. That was spoiled lips. Okay, I have the mini controversy. Diet root beers in the middle. Right there. Also, technically, I have a mirror. Technically, I have a mirror with me, so grab some brushes. Oh, and set with some powder, and I'll be right back. So again, I'm using the Cursed. It says Cosmetics. This, remember, it's the old packaging. It's just coming out with the new stuff. And then you know my technique with the fluffy brush lately. So honestly, that does come in handy for me because sometimes I have to try to get everything like super balanced, especially for the way I have to sit at the moment. I found some really good supportive chairs and I have to look at those and get one. for myself. So remember something with your powders and humidity. And I want you to remember those. That way you know to keep like your powders as safe as you would with all of everything else you use, right? Whether it's in your beauty area or if it's in your kitchen. That there. Don't really need much. Bring that up here. This is going to act as a little extra. Don't need too much. Actually, that matches my actual skin tone, so don't need too much. And then we'll melt this in a moment. I did that backwards. I did like put it on here and then do that and then go under here, but okay, well, we have it on the brush. Now remember, I do have a third one of this. It just happens to be over there. And if I really wanted to go up on that, I would be using the NYX Butter Bronzer for that. Remember, you don't just have to use these as a bronzer. You can also use these as an eyeshadow. Yes, you can. And that is a fact. So let's get melted. Like I said, we all do our makeup different. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. We all do our different techniques and everything. So we'll start out with this. I need some water. Always try to keep your water near. Always stay hydrated, that's for sure. So now we're going to go into the Mini Controversy palette. I love this palette. And I have my Black Veil Brides brushes over here. The reason I'm thinking about going with the OG palette over there is because there's a black in there that I want to use. Obviously, probably for my brows. We're not going to go too deep into anything right now. So we're going to take my one Jeffree Star brush and we're going to dip in. I'm going to dip in right here in right here. I don't have my glasses on. My Auntie Shars are over there somewhere. So we're just going to take that. That's your transition. That is your transition shade for like right here. Now, as you notice, I did not take that all over the lid. I don't want to. I have my reason. I have my reason. And then we will tap into, I want to go into Diet Root Beer, but at the same time, I want to change things up to something I don't really do a lot of. So we're going to go in right here. Again, fluffy brush, not changing it out. Not going too heavy-handed, just light enough. Now remember, I am in my 50s. So doing a look like this, most people in their 50s would say, no, why are you doing that? Because I can, and I purchased it. So if I purchase something, I should be able to play with it. Right? It's not nobody else's, you know, like, oh my God. Who's tired of those people? Other than me, who's tired of those people? Where did No, that's that. And you know what? I'm just going to go in with this one. And we're going to go in. Oh, I want to reach for this. We're going to reach for this. I think it kind of goes together if you think about it. Because I'm not going to do too much sparkle on the lid for the topper to like really pop. You know what I mean? So we are going to go into, although you can, because you can put that topper on top of a shimmer and that changes the whole thing. That's a game changer. So I want to go in here. I have used this one before. You know, I've used this one before, but let's go in here. I don't really use this one that much. And then we're just gonna work that right there. Get that to your little outer corner of your eye. And you can bring that up a bit if you remember how you do your makeup is also a way that it actually shapes your eye. Tap, don't tap it, tappies. Now remember, if you take this and you go downward, that's gonna make your eye look like it's sloping downward. If you make it go towards the end of your eyebrow, that's a different shape. Altogether different shape. Try to get these cousins to almost look like sisters. And then you can take that same brush and go ahead and blend that shade. Now remember, I just used a shimmer. And when you blend, try to go up to the end of your eyebrow. That's what I'm saying, try to remember. Different brush. I want to go in here. I don't really use this one. Right here. That right there. Just below the green. But no, not so far in that it makes it muddy. Basically, you just want to take it like that. And if you don't feel that you have enough on the eye, which I believe you would, go ahead and take it up like that. See how that's already there, but it's not taking over the entire eye. Aye, Captain. If we're not doing a SpongeBob moment. Yeah, I'll come back and use that black shade at the bottom here. We're going to go back in here and pick up with the different brush, because I feel like I need a different brush at this point. Go in with this one. Now look, also, if you believe that you left your contour at home, no you didn't. It's right there in the middle, if you have this palette. Okay, we're gonna go in here, because I don't generally use this one too much, but we're gonna like pop that right here. You can dampen your brush if you feel like you need it to look more bold. For sure, for sure. I need to like darken that back up how I was doing it. Go ahead and take the back of your brush. Put that over here. Go back into that OG. we're going to go ahead and tap back into that gray tone. Can help darken that back up. Remember, we were also using that green. Just kind of take it like that. And yes, I left a lot of eye space open. But I did that because you can just plain and simple shape your eye with that darker tone on your brush. Now remember, if you get your tone right, like that, I would tap back into that gray, by the way. And then tap back into that green. And that actually helps us to darken that green up a bit. So, and then I'll be right back with my brows done. So I'm gonna go in with the Cursed Brow Pomade, and I'm gonna put a little black on the brush. Like you can see I've done before. Blending is friending, all. Blending is friending. So, go, okay. I have one Anastasia Beverly Hills thing left. And that would be this one. So I have like 3 different eyebrow spoolies. And that does help, because if you forget to grab one and you have a different one near you, take that. Like I said, for some reason, I'm able to do this better on camera, knock on wood, than I am doing it with a mirror for some reason. Now, if you really want to snatch your face and you have a lot of hair, make sure that you do a high ponytail and pull it as tight as you can. Snatches you back. The reality is, when you let your hair out, everything goes whoop. I can't wait for next month. Botox, medical Botox. It does help though, with a few things. So, yeah. Let's take this. Now you can use this for more than just one thing. Oh yeah, you know what else? We forgot a blush. You know what's funny? I usually can't get these open. I took my nail and went in a certain way. This is Bubblegum Evidence. And lately I've been using Mulberry Motive. See if I can do the same thing. Yes. If you got those nails on, you're getting this open. Trust and believe. Where's my fluffy brush? Tap it. You can swirl this if you want. That's what this is for. Swirl or tap. Take that right there. Take it going upward. This is the apple of my cheek. Most people just go right there anymore. No, bring it upward. See, look, I'm not without a mirror today. When you have those palettes or blushes that just happen to have that mirror, you're good. You are good. We'll put Mulberry Motive over here. Oh my gosh, I want to kind of compare, but at the same time, I don't. Oh, you know what? I'll do this here for like this part, the white, and then I'll do this on this side, y'all, and then I'll just do the toppers on both eyes. So kind of out of curiosity. Curiosity only killed the cat. Or did it? Or did it? Okay, so we're right here. I'm only going to put that right there. And then I'm going to clean this brush and I'm going to show you that. Because I have a makeup wipe. We're going to clean that brush. Nice and clean, nothing else on there. This is out of the Black Veil Brides collection from Cursed Beauty. Now we're going to go in with this. Now remember, I only put bubblegum evidence here. Then I'm going to take this. Looks nothing like bubblegum evidence, so all of you know. Absolutely nothing like it. I'm going to put that there. Two different, completely different shades. Jeffrey, Ofra, PaulDao. And then we're going to take this here as a topper. Ooh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Ooh, let's not drop bubblegum evidence. I got that excited. There you go. PaulDao. That is so pretty. Over that blue. Oh my gosh. Look what's left in the back up here. You don't waste that. You don't waste that product. And then we're going to go in with this. Remember, only tap that. Sure, you can swirl, but this is the only Ofra product that I have right now. So I'm going to go very carefully with, oh my God. Look at that. You see that? Look at that's beautiful. I need a little more. I'm balancing the OG palette and bubblegum evidence on my legs. So I am actually going in with the product. Mr. PaulDao. This is beautiful. And he does have other products with Ofra. I know I couldn't get it this time, but give me a minute to do my lips. I only have one bullet lipstick. I am actually deciding to keep the Shiny Trap for myself. You know why? Because I've always said, you know, hey, I can't do a lighter shade. But when I'm thinking about using this, but I have some darker one. I'm going to go ahead with this though. Gosh, hold on. Jeffrey makes it good. Like you can't fuck with it. So it slides out of the packaging. I opened it from the bottom. Oh, excuse me. It's just, I have the air on in here and my son left his door open. I love this. I've just always been, and it smells like chocolate. I've always been afraid to use that light lip color. We're doing it today though, and then what I'm gonna do is put some of that topper over it. So I think, do I want this or do I want a darker one? I do have darker lip liners, and I have some that's Gerard Cosmetics, which is, by the way, Jeffree Star approved. I might go with this one, or I love their lip liners. I'm a lip liner girly. I love a good lip liner. I'll probably go with that darker shade because these are not the same shades, but I feel like this one would do the trick better. Yeah, we need a mirror. This helps. guess I have to do it with this hand. Sorry, this video is a little extra long today, but I was excited for it. So let me get this on. Now with this, I'm just gonna take that in a little bit. Yes, I understand that my top lip is shaped weird. But you can always fix that. My buddy Rob is always telling me that makeup is some sort of magic, because you're looking one way when you start, and then by the time you're done, you look completely different. So I was hoping that the Shop Miss A package would have come in today too. That's right, I said Shop Miss A. I do like, and you know what? Magnetic closure. You aren't worried about that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I've discovered that now I like a lighter shade as long as I do that, right? Oh, wow. I never thought I would like that nude shade. Now we're just going to take this. Like I said, blending is friending. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, that's some friending right there. For sure. That's some friending right there. And because I said that, blending is friending, we're going to take the new Cursed Beauty Baddie eyeliner in white. I did take some white nail polish to make sure that's marked. Otherwise, you're not going to know which one is which is which. And right there, right there. Wake up your eye. Oh, wow. That really does, like, it has that thing. I'm gonna finish this. When you're blending this blending, you know you have something good. So, blending Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson Jeffree Star, with Ofra. Remember, I did use bubblegum evidence just in that one spot. Right here, bubblegum evidence, just over here. And you could tell the difference between the two shades so that everybody knows. And then take a mulberry motive on the cheek and not using bubblegum evidence. Wow. Plus that eyeliner. The eyeliner from Cursed Beauty. That really like opened this up as well, you know, with the look. Don't forget you can also pop this in the corner. But this video is already extra long. There you go. Or just take a brush and do that. But like, my pinky is available. I just don't feel like going back for another brush. It just happens to be over here. Or you could just pick up that brush, tap that in there, that right there in the corner. You can even wet your brush and do this so that you pick up that little extra pizzazz with it. Oh my gosh, I just think this is really pretty. Ofra, you did really good with PaulDao. Like I said, blending is friending. So Jeffree Star, Curse Cos, well no, I almost call it cosmetics because I'm so used to the Curse Beauty, some Gerard, and I'm glad I tried this because that lip liner, oh, that made a difference. So I can't wait to get the other thing that PaulDao was showing, and it's from Shop Massé. There's a big spider on my floor. That thing got to go. Anyway, it's not small, about that big. Anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. I'm trying not to laugh. Oh, asthma sucks too. Okay, let's try this again. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next one. Like I said, the only thing I have from Ofra Cosmetics so far, because of PaulDao, and the packaging is nice, and I love that. Oh, go over there. I only paid, I think it was like $11 for this. Little dab will do ya, and you're all good. See you later. Bye.